My name, as always, is Michael, the monster under your bed, coming at you with a steadily changing voice. That's cool.
Hey, puberty number 2. Are you ready?
Hey,
This
I'm
is Garrett, the fairy from...
the mulled wine section of the mulled wine store.
Is that not the entire store then?
Yes, I was
What
thinking
else is
that
in the
as I
mulled
said
wine
it.
store? Let's focus on something to calm us down, shall we?
Say that, you've had an entire stressful day like the two of us have had between work, our personal lives, and then our government on the brink of ruin. How are you gonna go to fuck to bed tonight? Like, how are you gonna, how are you gonna Sammy Jackson your way to bed? God damn it.
I am getting every bit of help that I can. Bruh, I gotta work in the morning. I wonder who I'm gonna run into on Hollywood Boulevard. I wonder if the Trump supporters are gonna be out there in force
Be
being
careful.
like, it's not real! Burn down the Senate!
Man, this woof. We got a lot of feelings on this.
Yeah, we do. But we're gonna wash them away.
Yes, and specifically what I'm gonna do tonight is, I don't know about you, I like to listen to things before I go to bed at night. A lot of people listen to ASMR. I will if I don't have a shift the next day. Like, I'll pop in earbuds and, like, fall asleep to, I think my favorite one, I think, is Tingting ASMR. She's great. I love her.
Tingting
She's
ASMR.
very cute.
Is her name Tingting, or is the sound she makes Tingting?
I don't know if it has to do with her name, personally. I think it might be.
But her ASMR is real good?
I adore it. She gets out like a mannequin head and like puts like wigs on it and stuff, and she'll do like hair treatments. And one of my favorite things is when like my scalp's being played with, and I have a pair of Raycon earbuds. So like they're wireless and great, and I adore these things, and it makes it so easy to get sucked into it. And so I'll listen to that if I don't have to work the next day and don't have to worry about missing an alarm. Usually what I do, wow, nice vocal crack.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Usually what I'll do before going to bed, if I've got to work the next day, is I'll set my phone up to play that night's Stephen Colbert and then Seth Meyers, because they like to upload like 13-minute long videos, and I'm usually asleep by the end of it. So
you're into ASMR and
shitty
late night
news
comedy.
reports. Oh, yeah.
Or
That's
shitty
fair.
news reports. I mean, what is the difference anymore? Am I right? So those are good. I, too, like late night comedy sort of situations. And 13 minutes is just like the right length to fall asleep to, because by the time it's elapsed, like you're fully ready to fall asleep.
The worst things are Stephen Colbert's videos. When they get to the end, they play like this loud trumpet to like, ba-da-da-da. It's like the John Cena theme, but it's for his show. And it's like, all right, I'm awake again.
That can kind of suck, which is why I actually prefer something a little more long form. Like, I will listen to people ramble on about sciencey stuff or shit that doesn't matter, like Disney shit or roller coasters.
You heard it here first, folks.
Science doesn't matter.
We have decided this as a country. I'm just along for the ride now.
Oh, no.
I don't really retain much of what is said, but Isaac Arthur does a really good job of talking about futuristic subjects that kind of take you away to dreamland a little bit. Like, he'll talk about uploading our consciousness and what it'd be like to live on other planets, what time traveling might actually look like, what crazy increased intelligence might look like. Like, a society might become so intelligent that it needs an entire Dyson sphere's worth of power to calculate.
I love that stuff. It's the best.
The guy himself, Isaac Arthur, actually sounds cool. Like, he might not think this way himself because he's got a speech impediment that his own words makes him sound like Elmer Fudd. But I think it actually makes for a smooth, soothing voice, not at all sibilant or like high-pitched, which is not something you really want. It's in a lower register, and the way he speaks is just smooth. Like, the contours of his words just roll off like a telescope gazing into space, and it's perfect to fall asleep to.
One of my favorite things to listen to, once you brought up Dyson Sphere, I am gonna slaughter this channel's name, but Kurzgesagt.
I know what you're talking about.
I knew it.
Kurzgesagt.
You fucking knew. You can get it right. I can't. I can never. My brain won't do it.
I don't even know the etymology.
I'm a
word.
language nerd.
I don't even know how I know that myself. It's just.
I adore them, and I'll listen to them before bed because I find their stuff to be fascinating. And you actually reminded me of another thing I really like to listen to, because oftentimes I don't like to listen to a lot of long form media before bed because I want to retain the information, and I tend to, like you said, listen to stuff that doesn't really matter before bed. So like the Stephen Colbert stuff, like I'll listen to it, and like when I wake up the next day, I'll go rewatch it and like gain more information that way. I really, really love to listen to TheVolgun. TheVolgun has a fascinating voice. He takes SCP stories and he reads them as if he's a professor or a doctor in the institute, giving the case files over to new recruits.
I'm
and
gonna
like
follow
explaining
that channel
them.
right fucking
yes,
now.
it's just great. I adore him. It's almost like listening to a radio drama. I love radio dramas.
See, I feel like I'd want to be fully awake watching that.
He, I think, is maybe Scottish, but he does one of the most convincing American accents I have ever heard from just a YouTuber. He is huge in the SCP community.
Apparently he's Irish.
Oh, he's Irish. Fuck. He's going to be so mad if he ever sees this video. Hi, TheVolgun.
Oh, no, I just lost...
your video went bye-bye. Uh-oh. Garrett.
I need to quit.
Why am I doing this ooh voice? Ooh, Garrett. Oh, fucking Garrett.
If I am really looking to fall asleep, I will actually put on a chakra meditation video, a specific one by Jason Stevens, I believe his name is. And it's literally just called Chakra Sleep Meditation.
Is this like one of those things where you just will it into being?
More or less. Not the sleep specifically, but you're doing a lot of willing with like your own chakras. Because like the idea is you're laying there in bed and you're trying to like fully relax your body. And like he'll take you step by step through it, and there's a lot of like music to it. He'll take you through your whole body to relax and go through the chakras from the bottom up, through the survival chakra to the sensual pleasure chakra to the energy chakra to the heart chakra. I am not using the right terms for these. By the end, once you get to the very tippy top, you've probably already fallen asleep.
Oh, is this one of those ones that like, okay, so do you know that feeling where you're listening to something and you're like halfway to sleep and then the audio ends and you don't even notice? You're not completely asleep yet, and that like in that moment you realize that you're halfway to sleep, and so you can either like move on to the next video and wake yourself up, or you can just enjoy being in that little space, that little quiet space that exists before sleep as you slip into sleep. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know that mood?
I think so, but I feel like I can't conjure up a memory of that actually happening because I tend to...
That's fair.
I tend to be a very light sleeper. It takes a while for me to actually get into the sleepy mode. If something like that happens, usually I will like really notice and it'll like bring me out of my wind down at least a little bit, or I will have already fallen asleep and then the thing will end and I won't notice because I'm already asleep, which is, I guess, a big reason why I prefer something that is longer, because odds are it won't end right as I'm actually about to fall asleep and the ending of it actually wakes me up. It's kind of weird because it's like, you know, you lose all the sound, like it all finishes and everything goes quiet and you'd think like, oh, now I'll sleep. But not for me. Sudden silences are just as jarring to me as sudden noises, I guess.
I can understand that a lot, actually. Something, though, that's wild to me, though, is I'm a very heavy sleeper. I would and have slept through earthquakes, like pretty nasty earthquakes. And I'm just like, what happened?
You haven't lived until you've been woken up to an earthquake.
I have been. When I was in Japan, so I'm laying in my dorm bed, which is just a mattress that's about this thick on a stand, and I must have been dead asleep. I had to have been. There's no way. But I woke up in a way that felt like your body, you know, when you're like having a dream where you're falling and you like grab yourself and you're like, and you like jar awake. It was like that, except I was clutching my mattress. I was like holding on to the sides of it. And I was like, and I've never done that before. So that's how I knew something was up. I was like, because it felt like my mattress was going to get yanked out from under me. I texted my friend and said, hey, did you feel that? And she said, no, shut the fuck up and go to bed. Because it was like 3 in the morning. She's like, it's all in your head.
That's so funny because my first earthquake experience in Los Angeles was right after I woke up. It was like 7 in the morning or something because usually I don't wake up that early, but I was still on Eastern time. This is how early in my time in Los Angeles this was. I just moved. And I woke up and all of a sudden it felt like a tank was rolling by right outside, or like 10 tanks. Like everything was shaking, like shit was moving, and I was in bed, or what passed for a bed in that time of my life, and I was holding on to it in exactly the same way that you were. I was just like, and then it stopped after what felt like an entire minute, and I was like, I live in California now. And then sleeping was never the same because I was always afraid of earthquakes. Yay.
Oh my God. So that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching.
Sweet dreams, everybody.
Yes, sweet dreams, everyone.
If there's anything that helps you sleep at night,
yes,
pop it down below. Tell us.
Leave a like if you are so inclined, and definitely hit that subscribe button. About half of our content is consumed by people who aren't subscribed to us. If you like it, consider subscribing. It's completely free. It helps us out. You'll get more of my signature voice cracks. Like, it's a done deal. All right, guys.
Subscribe in nomine Domine.
Stay extra, guys.
Stay extra.
Bye.
Bye.